In a world where appearances can be deceiving, some individuals have mastered the art of blending in. This isn't your average party trick or a chameleon's survival tactic. We're talking about a phenomenon far more complex and chilling, a phenomenon called psychopathy. Psychopaths are not just characters we encounter in thriller novels or on the silver screen. They walk among us, unnoticed, hidden behind a mask of sanity. Intriguing, isn't it? So buckle up as we delve into the mind of a psychopath. What exactly is the mask of sanity? It's a fascinating concept, really. This mask is an artful facade, a guise that psychopaths wear to blend seamlessly into society. Underneath, they're devoid of the emotional depth most of us possess. But on the surface, they're just like you and me, or so it would seem. They laugh, they cry, they show compassion. They master the art of appearing normal, a true testament to their cunning. Now that we understand what the mask of sanity is, let's delve into how it works. Ever met someone who was charming to the point of suspicion? That's right, we're diving into the charm offensive, the tool of choice for our masked psychopaths. Imagine a magician, but instead of pulling rabbits out of hats, they're pulling wool over our eyes. They're smooth talkers, the life of the party, always with a witty comeback or a flattering compliment. They're like human chameleons, blending into any crowd or situation with ease. But here's the kicker. This charm isn't about making genuine connections. It's a strategy, a means to an end. It's about gaining trust, manipulating perceptions, and hiding their true nature. They use their charm to disarm, to make you forget your doubts and overlook the red flags. Remember, charm isn't inherently bad, but in the hands of a psychopath, it's like a Trojan horse, an appealing exterior hiding something much more sinister. Charm can be a weapon, and psychopaths wield it expertly. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It's what connects us, makes us human. But for psychopaths, it's a different story. They lack this fundamental feature of human interaction. However, they're not without their tricks. They're masters of disguise, excellent actors who've perfected the art of feigning empathy. Imagine a chameleon blending seamlessly into its surroundings, undetectable. Psychopaths do this with emotions. They observe, they mimic, they deceive. They'll comfort you when you're down, laugh at your jokes, feign interest in your stories. But it's all a performance, a calculated move in their game of manipulation. Why, you ask? It's simple. Empathy builds trust. Trust leads to influence, and influence is power. And a psychopath's thirst for power is insatiable. Remember, appearances can be deceiving. While they may seem empathetic, it's all part of the mask. Just like a chameleon, a psychopath can change their colors to blend in. Now imagine walking into a room full of strangers. For most of us, the task of fitting in can be daunting. But for a psychopath, it's as effortless as breathing. They're experts at reading the room, picking up on social cues and mirroring them with uncanny precision. Think of them as social chameleons. They can transform their personality, attitudes, even values to mimic those of the people around them. This isn't just about fitting in, mind you. It's a calculated strategy to gain trust, manipulate and control. You see, by reflecting back what we want to see, they can disarm us, making us more susceptible to their charm. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? That the person you think you know, the one who seems just like you, could be a master of disguise. They're the ultimate social chameleons. Ever heard the phrase, a wolf in sheep's clothing? Consider this. A psychopath is the ultimate wolf, cunningly disguised in the most innocent of sheep's clothing. They blend seamlessly into the flock, their true nature hidden beneath a veneer of charm and normalcy. Don't be fooled, though. Like a wolf, a psychopath seeks to isolate and control, their intentions far removed from the innocent sheep they pretend to be. So remember, not all that bleats is a sheep. Beware of the wolf among the sheep. Psychopaths are patient, and they play the long game. Think of a chess grandmaster contemplating their moves, not just for the next step, but several steps ahead. That's how psychopaths operate in their social interactions. They're not in a hurry. They'll take their time, nurturing relationships, building trust, all the while hiding their true intentions. Imagine a gardener, carefully tending to their plants, watering them, providing them with sunlight, and when the time is right, they harvest. That's a psychopath for you. They invest time and effort into their relationships, not because they care, but because they're waiting for the right moment to exploit these bonds for their own gain. This isn't a sprint for them, it's a marathon. They're willing to wait, to play the long game because they know the payoff will be worth it. They use trust as a weapon and betrayal as their prize. It's a slow burn strategy, but it's devastatingly effective. Let's look at some real-life examples of psychopaths who wore the mask of sanity. Take Ted Bundy, for instance. A charming, handsome law student, he was the epitome of the all-American boy. Yet beneath that charismatic exterior lurked a vicious serial killer who took the lives of at least 30 women. Then there's Robert Hare, the corporate psychopath. He was not a murderer, but he was ruthless and manipulative. He climbed the corporate ladder swiftly, leaving a trail of ruined careers in his wake. His colleagues were none the wiser until it was too late, as he perfectly portrayed the image of a successful businessman. Remember, these are extreme examples. Psychopathy exists on a spectrum, and not all psychopaths are criminals or murderers. Many of them live among us, seamlessly blending into the crowd, their true nature hidden behind a well-crafted mask. These examples illustrate just how easy it is for a psychopath to blend in. So how can we spot these individuals among us? Well, first, it's important to remember that psychopaths are not like the villains in a horror movie. They're often more like chameleons, blending in seamlessly with their surroundings. But there are telltale signs that can give them away. One red flag is their charm, which can be almost magnetic, but it's a superficial charm, the kind that's all style and no substance. Another warning sign is a lack of empathy. If someone seems unaffected by the emotions of others, or even enjoys causing distress, that's a big red flag. They also tend to have a grandiose sense of self-worth. If someone constantly views themselves as the smartest or most important person in the room, beware. Lastly, impulsivity and irresponsibility are common traits. They may make rash decisions without considering the consequences or shirk responsibilities with no regard for others. Keep these red flags in mind and stay vigilant. There's even a test that can help identify psychopaths. It's called the Hare Psychopathy Checklist. Developed by Canadian psychologist Robert Hare, this tool uses a set of 20 traits to assess an individual's psychopathic or antisocial tendencies. Some of these traits include glibness, superficial charm, grandiose sense of self-worth, and manipulative behavior. But let's be clear, this is not a DIY project. The checklist is a complex tool and should be administered by a professional. Remember, this test should be administered by a professional. Knowing how to deal with a psychopath can be a lifesaver. If you ever find yourself in such a predicament, remember these tips. Maintain your boundaries, don't get drawn into their games, and never underestimate them. They're masters of manipulation, but you can resist their charm by staying vigilant and grounded in reality. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Most importantly, seek professional help if needed. Knowledge is power, and it can also be your best defense. If you're enjoying this content, consider subscribing to our channel. You'll be the first to know when we unravel more intriguing facets of human psychology. Like what you see? Share the enlightenment and hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to never miss an update. Psychopathy is just one part of what psychologists call the dark triad. Alongside psychopathy, there's narcissism, characterized by excessive self-love and a grandiose view of oneself. Then there's Machiavellianism, the strategic and manipulative behavior to obtain power and control. These three traits often coexist, creating a potent cocktail of destructive behavior. The dark triad is more than just a psychological term. It's a warning sign of toxic personalities. The dark triad is a dangerous combination, and it's something we'll explore in future videos. Psychopaths walk among us, hidden behind their mask of sanity. From the charm offensive to the chameleon effect, we've delved into the cunning strategies they employ. We've discussed the chilling lack of empathy, the long game they play, and even some real-life examples. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing situation, but fear not. With awareness, vigilance, and the right tools, like the psychopath test and survival guide, you can spot the red flags. Remember, the wolf may be in sheep's clothing, but with knowledge and awareness, you can spot the disguise. That's all for today's video. We hope you found it enlightening. We appreciate your time and interest. Be sure to join us next time for another deep dive into the intriguing world of psychology. Stay savvy, stay safe, and remember, knowledge is power.
Savored this video? Fancy another? Click the on-screen video for an even deeper dive into fresh territory. Your support is like a warm cuppa on a brisk day. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, ring that bell for the latest content. Cheers for watching.